I'm going to need my Jamaican audience to come to the front of the class with this one. They are saying that this family is a Jamaican family. In particular, the father of the family is a Jamaican. Now, what they have been accused of doing is gruesome and crazy at the same time. The initial reports that came out said three members of the same family, a father, a mother, and their son, have been arrested and charged after a 48-year-old Deptford, New Jersey man was killed and dismembered following a card game in Camden. I believe the card game was at their home. According to the police, officials have arrested Everton Thomas, who is 41 years old, who they assume or who they said is a Jamaican national, along with his wife, Sherry Parker, 41 years old also, and their son, Deshaun Thomas, who is 22 years old, and all live in Camden, New Jersey. And they have been arrested for their suspected involvement in the death and likely dismemberment of 48-year-old Harold Hal Miller Jr. of Deptford. The 41-year-old Thomas has been charged with murder, while all three, father, mother, and son, have been charged with desecration of human remains and tampering with physical evidence. Now, the charges, officials said, come following Miller's disappearance after he told his family he was heading to a card game over at Everton's house. He was heading to a card game over at his friend's house, and then he was never seen or heard from again. Or Thomas. So, he disappeared. The card game was being held at a property that is along the 2600 block of Bear Boulevard in Camden at about 11:30 p.m. on June 12th. Officials said that the police began an investigation trying to find him after Miller's family reported him missing 2 days after he attended that card game and never showed up again. The same day that he was reported missing, the police found his vehicle located in Pennsauken, which is a distance away from where the card game was. Following an investigation, officials said surveillance video and cell phone data that was reviewed allegedly showed that shortly after Miller entered that Baird Boulevard property where he was supposed to go and play cards, the footage also captured what the police recognize as one single gunshot. Pow! However, the footage was reviewed by the police. It never showed Miller leaving the property, officials said, but it showed him going into the property. Kind of like the Donnelly Donaldson story with Noel Maitland out of Jamaica, right? Where Donnelly was seen on video captured going inside of that property with Noel, but was never captured on any video coming out. She just disappeared. Instead, the police claimed that the elder Thomas could have been exiting the property and moving Miller's vehicle to a location where it was eventually recovered in Pennsauken, because he's the one who they saw in and out of the property, but not the missing person. So following this event, the police said that investigators learned that Thomas's wife and son purchased a chainsaw, purchased a couple of containers, purchased trash bags, and other cleaning supplies after Miller had entered the property and was not seen exiting the Camden property. Also, officials said review by police of video footage allegedly showed Thomas and his son making several trips to a dumpster at the Tamarack Apartments. The pair, officials said, were also seen on footage loading containers and trash bags into a vehicle before leaving Camden. Now, following a June 20th search of Thomas's residence, officials also said investigators found the elder Thomas in possession of a firearm that was nearly fully loaded. A 10-round magazine was missing, one shell, and suspected bloodstains were found in the home as well. A day after that search was executed, officials also said that the elder Thomas fled from the United States, ran away into Canada. So as the investigation continues, police said testing then showed that the bloodstains that they found inside of that residence actually matched the DNA of the missing man, Miller. All three family members were charged on September 5th, and they were all apprehended 3 days later, officials said. Both Parker and her son were taken into custody on September 8th in Camden, and the father, who ran away into Canada, was arrested the same day at the port of Buffalo in New York by U.S. Customs and Border Patrol as he crossed back from Canada back over into the United States of America on a commercial bus. Apparently, he got wind that his wife and son were in police custody and were being charged with murder or with the missing person. And if he would come back, they could have him instead of them. So he made his way back, but they have him too. He is being held in police custody in New York as he awaits extradition back to New Jersey. Officials said that an investigation into this incident is ongoing, and the missing man Miller, his remains have yet to be recovered. They're asking anyone who has any information about what might have happened to reach out to their homicide units, reach out to Camden County Police Department, and say something if you know something. Apparently, the family is not cooperating with law enforcement. So the theory that law enforcement has is that the body has been dismembered and discarded off, and they are still sticking to, we don't know what you're talking about, and we don't know where that body is or where he is, because after he came here and he played cards with us, he left at some point, which the police said, because video footage shows him going in and there is none of him coming out, just a bunch of suspicious activities which look like somebody would be moving body parts around, not to mention the purchase of the chainsaw, the big containers, the industrial-sized garbage bags, and the suspicious movement of father and son. In another news report, it said that the father and son have been arrested along with the mother after the father allegedly killed the 48-year-old man in New Jersey before having his wife and his son assist him by dismembering and disposing of the victim's remains. A Jamaican? A Jamaican family? That's what's being said. I'll give it to them. Everton Thomas is a pretty common Caribbean name, pretty common Jamaican name. Everton Thomas. His son name is Deshaun. His wife name is Sherry. But you can't just go off names. You know what I mean? They could very well be from some other part of the Caribbean. I don't know. I'm just not trying to own this one as a Jamaican. Jamaicans, we've been taking a lot of L's lately, or for some time now. I don't know why this thing that we do, the murder thing, I don't know why we're in the United States of America continuing with this, because it always leads to us being caught. I don't even know why I'm saying us, because I'm not murdering anybody, but I'm saying us as a part of a community of people. It always leads to you being caught. It always leads to you going to prison. It always leads to you doing buku numbers of years behind bars. This is not Jamaica. This is not Jamaica where you commit a murder and you cry before the judge and the judge says, well, you were pretty young and then you're remorseful, so we're going to start off at 20 and end up giving you 15 years and then you'll be out in 8, 9, 10. This is not Jamaica. In Jamaica, you get death penalty where death penalty is available. You get life in prison without the possibility of parole where that is available, which means you will never, ever walk out of that institution. You will be carried out on the day that you pass away, whether that be in your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or if you live to be 110. But you will never see these streets again. According to a new news release from Camden County Prosecutor's Office on June 14th, Miller was reported missing to the Deptford Township Police Department. The reports said that Miller's last known whereabouts had been Camden, New Jersey, where he said he was playing some card games with some friends. He thought these were his friends, and this was in the wee early hours of the morning on June 12th. When his car was found, it was found empty on July 14th in Pennsauken, New Jersey, which is about 4 miles east of Camden, away from where he was playing cards. Investigators said that they obtained the video surveillance footage and cell phone data that confirms that Miller did indeed enter the property where he told his family he was going to go play some game with some friends. Listen, if you're going anywhere in 2025 and beyond, I don't care how much you trust the people that you're going with, because you never know what's in the heart of mankind. That means men and women. If you are going anywhere with anybody, it is imperative that you let somebody else know where your destination is supposed to be. I know some people, you go on your sneaky link missions and whatnot. At least say to somebody who you can trust to say, hey, I'm going to this location, just in case. I don't expect anything bad to happen, but just in case. Now is not the time to be ducking off anywhere and not telling anybody where you're going. You could very well be invited and greeted with a smile, and then that was the last time you were seen alive, never to be seen again. So that's a learning for all of us out here. Me, I'm super paranoid about people and people's company. People get 1 or 2 drinks in them, and then they don't want to have fun anymore. They start hearing voices that says, kill you, put you in garbage bags, dismember you, and throw you away. I don't know. I think that's pretty strong evidence where he was seen going into the house, but never coming out. Again, Jamaicans, we've been told that the family that was arrested for this are Jamaicans. We've also been told that the friend who went to play card with them, Mr. Miller, otherwise known as Hal, as his nickname, is also Jamaican or of Caribbean descent. I'm asking anybody who sees this video who knows these people to please tell us in the comment section, or you can contact me at SouFLoTV@gmail.com or the 1-806-587-8953 number to let me know. We've done stories like these before where we've been contacted when we ask our audience to contact us if they ever see our story, and people have contacted us to verify by saying stuff like, oh, I know all of them. I used to live close to them when they first came to the US. I know this one since he was small, like me in Jamaica growing up. He left Jamaica before I did. I'm surprised to see him in this. Or these are people that live 4 houses down from me, SouFlo. They are Jamaicans. So I'm just looking for some kind of confirmation where in Jamaica they're from, or if they are Jamaicans at all. I know somebody is going to say, what does it matter if they're Jamaicans or not? Well, it's a personal thing. It matters to me. I'm trying to not so much shift blame, put it on somebody else, but there are a lot of things that has happened that they have blamed the Jamaicans for, where when I checked the story, they weren't Jamaicans at all. So when people hear Caribbean, the first thing they think of is Jamaica or Jamaicans. Either way, somebody lost their life in this situation. Nobody knows where he is. They're still investigating. They're still trying to locate his body. And I hope they do find Mr. Hal's body so that his family can have some closure. I think this is an open and shut case, but we will stay close to this to see how this unfolds, if indeed it is what the investigators say it is. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Do you know Everton Thomas? Do you know Sherry Parker? Do you know Deshaun Thomas, their son? I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. Walk good. Be good. I'm out. Peace.